Chinese.
Hey, I'm Tom Callos. I'm going to be doing an interview for MartialInfo.com's magazine, but first I have to train, so I'm sure you understand. I'll be back to you soon. Hi, I'm all finished with my workout, and I'm here in my home office to talk to you for Martial Info's magazine and on behalf of a project I have coming up that I think contains a lot of the elements that make up my platform as a martial arts teacher. And if you haven't met me before, I teach martial arts, but not to people anymore on the mat like I did for about 20 years. I teach instructors, and I help them. My basic platform is I'm redesigning or helping others redesign what an instructor does for students and in a community, in the world, and what a school does for a community. And so Greensboro, Alabama is the most unlikely destination, for a martial arts event because, well, there are no martial arts schools around here. But what draws us to the community is this kind of cutting-edge, avant-garde design crew that works out of this area. They're architects, designers, artists, and they're using their skills to benefit the town. And I think that having martial arts instructors come in and work around these people and see how they operate and how they develop projects with very little budget and a lot of creativity and innovation is something that every martial arts school should benefit from and could benefit from. So when we come here, we kind of have an experiential lesson in cultivating small businesses, projects that benefit a community, and we get to see people who are doing a lot with very little in action, and we get to help them, which is good. I want every instructor who comes to this project to go back to their community and look for the artists and designers and activists in their community, because we bring a labor force to this kind of stuff, that would be unparalleled. A bunch of disciplined martial arts people, yes and no, with positive attitudes, and that's kind of what this group brings to the Alabama Project every year, and then I hope takes home and puts to work there. And it occurred to me that the real measure of a master teacher is not building skill on the mat, because it's not that hard to do if you're consistent and well-trained. It's what your students do with the practice on the mat outside of your dojo that benefits other people, places, and things. When I got my students to take the courtesy and the focus and the discipline and the concentration and the effort that we so diligently worked on the mat and apply it in their lives, to their relationships and to the community and to their families and to things they felt were important and wanted to do, and if those things really benefited others, well, I couldn't find, or haven't yet found, any higher level of teaching or measurement of teaching. So now, if I were measuring you as a teacher, if you said, well, you think I'm doing a good job, I'd say, well, you're in good shape, your students look good, your school's beautiful, you're making decent money. What are you doing for others? And what are your students doing for others? Because you as an individual can do a lot of stuff, but management isn't getting things done through by yourself, it's getting things done through the efforts of others. And if you look at 20 or 50 or 100 or 500 students, if everybody just does this much, man, it's so much more than any one person can do. Hi, my name's Tom Callos, and I'm head of the 100. It's a grassroots brain trust, a think tank designed for martial arts teachers like yourself. The primary service is one-on-one consulting, where you and I just talk through your issues. There are things you have to know and do, and if you do them well, you're going to succeed. Our business is mostly sales and service, so most of our talk will be about how do you market and promote what you're best at and keep cultivating that so it stays fresh, strong, and honest, and how do you better serve your clients to keep them, because if you keep them, you build accounts receivable, you get paid, the school runs, and you're feeling good about your work. I help school owners on the overall focus of their work in general, like what's your mission? What are you out to do in your community? What things do you own? My phone number is 530-903-0286. You can reach me on Skype, on Facebook, on Gmail chat. I'm here to help school owners who are willing to work on their schools intelligently. It's very inexpensive, it's very easy to access me, and I'll help you long term with all of your plans, goals, and ambitions. Call me, I'm Tom Callos. All right, I'm here at Joe Sherwood's dojo, and guess what's on the wall? This one's kind of faded from the sun, but I designed these many years ago with NAPMA when I was working with them. This is the 4 things you should focus on when you train. Number 1 is rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, and ask yourself if that's the very best you can do. The second is the concept of healthy competition. Make sure you have a healthy competition with those you train with so that you improve each other. The third being that you train as if you were real. Make sure that what you're doing has a sense of realism to it in your posture and focus. And then, self-correct. Make sure you're coaching yourself and not looking for all of your instruction from someone else, but that you're analytical. Hi, I'm Tom Callos, and I'm here to give you some advice about running a martial arts school. Now, it's any kind of martial arts school. MMA, gym, Aikido, Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you're going to run a school that makes more money than it spends, and if you're depending on that school to earn an income or a partial income, that is, you don't live on a trust fund or, are independently wealthy already, then there's some rules that you have to follow. Let's talk about those. There are 2 things you have to do as a school owner that nobody ever tells you because, you have to teach classes and you have to not, try not to kill your students and things like that. You have to know how to sell because you sell lessons, and you have to know how to keep your students. Sales and service. Let's talk a little bit about sales and let's talk a little bit about service. You might be in a place in your career, in your town, on a certain corner, where business just falls into your lap. You do literally nothing, and people come through the door because it's your time. It's the art you're doing has hit the mainstream. For whatever reason, people just flood in. Then all you have to do is be able to sign those people up. So I want to talk about sales from a place where people just trickle in. Like you can't seem to get enough people in the door interested enough, and so you're getting 1 or 2 inquiries a week or less. So let's talk about that. There's 10,000 ways to go after people, to meet them, to find out what they're interested in, and to explain whether you do something that might serve them somehow. Fitness, self-defense, confidence, whatever it is that you do, the desire to compete, all those things. There's lots of ways to do it. It's just most of the people who don't get a lot of student inquiries, about lessons, don't usually do very much. And of course, very much is, it's kind of an ambiguous term. Let me tell you how very much is. If you were, for example, a client of mine, I'd have you do something like this. I'd say that there are 20 working days in a month. Every one of those working days, you need to get 3 solid leads a day through all your efforts, whatever your advertising is, paid or unpaid, word of mouth, referral, whatever it is. And usually I'm trying to get my clients to do 5 to 10 acts of marketing, anything to do with relevant to marketing, 5 to 10 a day for the purpose of getting 3 leads. 3 leads in 20 working days is 60 leads in a month. When you're on your game, really good, you'll enroll half of all your inquiries. So that's 30 students a month. If you can get 30 students a month, you are on your way to filling up your school. So let's talk about service. There's only 2 reasons people quit your school, for the most part. Needs and benefits. People quit because you're not meeting their needs, even as their needs change, even if they're just their perceived needs and not their actual needs. And they certainly don't know the benefits, because if they really knew, like at a gut level, what the benefits of martial arts training were, long term, they never miss a class. It's like Scrooge being taken forward into the future, the ghost of Christmas future, right? And he realizes, oh man, I'm going to end up like this. I want to do it again. I'll change. And he comes back and he's invigorated. Likewise, if you could take your students forward in the future and they could say, wow, this is how I'm going to look, this is how I'm going to feel, these are the skills that I'll have, this is my sense of confidence, well, heck, they'd never miss a class. They'd come back and, open the window and throw the turkey to Tiny Tim, and I think you get the gist of it. That's sales and service. We're going to talk a lot about it. We're going to talk about it like we train in our martial art. Repetitively, forever. refining, working the basics. This is Tom Callos. I'm checking out so that you don't check out too soon. I hope you were taking notes, and if you ever need me, you can reach me right here through this site. Check this out. Ho! 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 Now! Ho! Ho! Ah! Ho! That's how we do it. Hi, this is Tom Callos, and I'm talking to you about Clothed in Confidence. It's a program designed to help you be proactive about bullying, and it gives you a reason to be in touch with local teachers, school administrators, be they public or private, charter schools, whatever. And it offers services that aren't offered probably by anybody else. And you're not asking for something. You're not asking them to distribute anything or to let you pass out flyers. You're trying to give. And in this process of embracing and implementing Clothed in Confidence, you gather your students together should there be an issue that you need some help with, and through group effort, you solve the problem that we propose to solve with this program. But the primary benefit as a school owner is to have a reason to stay in touch with school teachers, and the second one being that when you adopt this program, you have something huge to talk about in your community. I mean, it's something you could campaign for a year or 2 years or 3 years until people really know who you are and really see that you're sincere and really recognize you as a part of the village that helps your community be a safer, stronger place. Just taking this logo or the look or the name and putting it on your site and in your advertising, don't do that bullshit, okay? If you're going to implement a real bully prevention program, if you're going to become an activist on behalf of kids who are either victims of or unintentional or intentional perpetrators of bullying, you're going to have to do hands-on work. You're going to have to get in your community and do more than advertise, do more than bully wash, your school that you know what you're doing and you're a part of that. You get out there and you make connection with teachers and you help kids in need. And you will then be able to reap the benefits of being involved with something that sounds smart and that speaks of who you are, that might actually get people to stop, look, and listen at what you're doing and maybe want to be involved. I like this kind of grassroots, solid, no bullshit effort to spread the word of what you do in your school and what you stand for, and to allow you to compete as a person promoting their work in a way that most people are too damn lazy to do and too disorganized and who cannot stick to something once they implement it. If you need help with Clothed in Confidence, call me. I'm Tom Callos. My number is 530-903-0286. Sensei.
Yes.
How's my jiu-jitsu, lady?
Your jiu-jitsu is very good, Tom.
That's what I was thinking.
Your jiu-jitsu is excellent.
Yeah, it's getting excellent, isn't it?
It is excellent.
What do you think?
How's my jiu-jitsu?
Oh, it's okay.